Justine's kitchen. Well, he's either a sucker for punishment or he had a good time last time because Chef Alex Saavedra is back with me today.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Chef, for having me.
We're actually having fun today because we're cooking in the outdoor kitchen. We're gonna actually make a little bit of a mess and we're gonna smoke some salmon. And we want to show you how to do that really simply so you don't have to spend a lot of money and you can come up with the ingredients and the equipment on your own in the kitchen. But we're going to use this. Alex is going to explain what we're doing.
Okay, so we have this handy dandy smoker that Justine purchased a while ago. And as you can see, it's got a nice top, nice handle to hold on. And then if you open it, you have your rack.
Yeah.
And inside there with the rack under, you can put your wood chips in.
Yeah, so I bought this a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, and I think it was around about $25–$30, but I think you can get them online now for about $35–$40. And then they're just really simple because you can put this onto your stovetop, put your vent on, and you can smoke so much different food in it. But if you don't have a smoker and you don't have a big green egg or one of the big smokers outside in your backyard, you can actually come up with the equipment on your own. So Alex, again, explain what we're gonna do here.
So here we have a nice little pot, and it's got a nice lip on it, as you can see.
A nice high side.
Yes. And then what you need is, can you hand me a little bit of foil there?
Yeah, sure.
Please. You can get your foil, tear off a piece, a nice little piece. Put your wood chips in there, and then your protein here on the side.
Perfect, okay. And then we just put a lid on it because you want to capture that smoke because that's what's going to give your food the flavor. But if you don't have a pot or you just want to have something that's basically, you know, throw away, you can use a catering pan or something, you know, that you don't really want to use anymore. I do want to say this smoker here that we're using today, I smoked some potatoes in it the other day and everything's still pretty clean because the potatoes were par cooked and we smoked them, and the chips are still reusable because they didn't get too hot. So we're going to reuse those today to save a little bit of money and save product. But if you're doing something like fish, chicken, or you know, a protein, definitely throw everything away afterwards. And this is good because you can just wrap everything up and toss it out. So first, what are we going to do here with our ingredients, Alex? What are we going to do with the garlic?
Okay, so the garlics, we want to cut off the tips because we're going to smoke these also. So you want to cut these tips out and put maybe a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and that's pretty much good to go. For our fish...
Is this going to take longer than the fish?
Yes, it should take a little longer because you want it to get nice and smoked and a little soft.
So we can take the fish out, and then while we're finishing everything up, this can continue on our smoker until we're ready.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And also for our fish, we're going to put a nice little rub on it. We have a little bit of brown sugar here, about a quarter cup. We have some cumin, and this is about 3 tablespoons, maybe almost a quarter cup.
We might not use all of this though. And then I want to say, with your cumin, you can of course buy this on the spice shelf in your supermarket, but I tend to be a bit of a purist with my spices. So I roll these around, the cumin seeds around a dry pan, get them warmed up and release their oils, and then I pop them into a spice grinder. And the spice grinder we use is just a coffee bean grinder, but we keep that separate, of course, for spices. Straightforward, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then also a little bit of salt and pepper.
Perfect. All right, so let's get started with our salmon.
Here we have our beautiful fresh fish that was provided by Universal Seafood in North Hollywood. Gorgeous piece of salmon, and we also have some sea bass that we're going to play around with. Put it on there and get it on the smoker for you.
That the smoke is starting to come out from our wood chips, and we've got our fish getting nice and warm. So now we're going to cover this up. We're going to cook it for roughly 15 minutes for the salmon. We may have to check earlier for the sea bass, but the garlic's going to stay in for the longest time. So we'll pop the lid on and then we'll give it a check in a few minutes. To go underneath our salmon, I foraged around in my refrigerator and I've decided to just do a simple chopped salad. I found a leftover cucumber, a couple of peppers. I went through the garden and got some of my compost tomatoes out. A few fresh herbs, oregano, rosemary. I'll see what else I can find in a little bit. And then I also have this dinosaur kale. So I'm gonna take it off the ribs like that. And I'm gonna just chop everything up and mix it in a really light dressing. fish is almost done, so I'm gonna throw our salad together really quickly. I'm not even gonna make a dressing. I'm just gonna put flavors on top of this and mix it all together, and it'll take care of itself. So I've got half a lemon. I'm just gonna squeeze that over and catch the pits. A little olive oil. Lots of fresh, bright olive oil. And then I have my kitchen ketchup, which is the balsamic glaze. This is what I always have in my kitchen. And I'll just try to get it moving because I had it in the fridge, so it's a little stiff. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on. That's gonna actually sweeten it up and work really well with our smoked fish. And then of course, fresh salt and pepper. And we'll just season up the salad and give it a good toss. And this is gonna be really crunchy, fresh, and light underneath all that smoky sweetness of the fish. And then we're gonna serve it with a really light and bright rosé from Provence. So we're going to pour a couple of glasses of these, and then Alex is going to come in and show us the fish. It's almost done. Alex finished smoking the fish, and Alex, how long did it take?
The salmon took close to about 20 minutes, only because it's so thick.
Yes.
And the sea bass was 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
You want to touch it and feel the firmness.
Feel the firmness,
yes.
Like the firmness on your fist. But the garlic's still smoking, so we're actually going to plate all this up now with the salad, and then by then the garlic should be done. But I do want to point out, you can see all the beautiful smoke color on the outside of the salmon, but on the inside, you can see just there, it's still that beautiful bright orange. All right, let's plate this up while we have our wine, and we'll show you the finished product. And our finished plate, we have a little bit of the smoked sea bass and a little bit of the smoked salmon. We plated it artfully with the salad on the left of the plate and the fish running down the middle.